Hello and good morning. Welcome back to the Foraging Family Homestead. My name is Ariel and I'm so excited because today we have a foraging video. Today we're going to take a walk through our property, through the woods, and through our quiet country road for my absolute favorite summer tradition, which is a taste of the Alabama mountains. We have lived on our Alabama homestead for about 3 years, but I have been foraging for a decade now. Foraging is an ancient practice of looking for wild food and provisions out in nature. And truly, foraging has completely changed the way I see the world. When I'm taking a walk or when I'm on a drive, I am mesmerized by the abundance around us. So today, I hope that you're ready. Grab your foraging basket and your pocket knife and join me on a walk as I take you around and show you some of the amazing edible things you can forage for right now in summertime. All right, y'all, I have my handy dandy knife that I have clipped onto my pants. But before we even get started, I really want to talk to you about the number one rule in foraging. Every time I teach a foraging class, I have to go over this rule multiple times, and it is accuracy is key. You have to be 100% sure before you even touch, harvest, or consume any edible outside. I have put a few of my favorite top books in the description box. You gotta go and click that. Every household in the Southeast needs these books in their homes, in their arsenal, because it is really important to know what you have around you. Okay, with all of that being said, I actually want to talk to you about something that's growing right under my foot. Okay, so you might be looking at this patch of greenery and think that this is all weeds. And actually, my husband was mowing this area just the other day, and he didn't mow this area. Why? Because he saw this amazing superfood of a plant, and you probably have this growing in your backyard right now. This is called purslane. Now, this is an amazing superfood. It's actually packed with so much omega fatty acids. It's crazy. And it also contains vitamin C, A, and K. And you can identify it by the leaves right here. It usually has this large leaf sticking here with these smaller leaves emerging from the top. Also has this reddish stem. This is not to be confused with spurge, which looks similar to this, but when you crack it open, it'll secrete some white liquid. Purslane does not secrete white liquid. That's how I know it's purslane. And it's absolutely delicious. So it has like a tangy lemon flavor. It's really good as a garnish in salads. But you can also go ahead and dry this. What I usually like to do is I take the leaves and dry them. It takes a significant time to dry them because of the high water content. But I go ahead and dry the leaves, and then I make it into a powder, and then I add like a tablespoon of that into my smoothies, and it's absolutely delicious. It gives us our kick of omega-3 fatty acids, and since we're a plant-based family, and we get a lot of our vitamins from our legumes and our greens, just like this. So I want you to go check out your backyard right now. This grows everywhere on the edges of gardens, in raised beds. And it's really delicious. I love the tang. I love just throwing this into salads as well. Or you can take this fresh and throw it in a smoothie. Really good. But once again, you have to just make sure that you know what you're getting. And there are cautions with eating anything that is found in the wild. You don't want to eat it to excess because these have oxalates in it, and those can create some serious problems. We're not talking about eating a whole bunch of this at one time. I'm talking about making sure that you're eating it temporally. And so just go ahead and get those books that I recommended because it gives you a lot more information. Also, something to be very aware of when you're going out foraging is just to know your surroundings and be prepared. I have bear spray. I have my knife with me. My husband usually carries his gun. It is bear season up here in the Alabama mountains, so we are so just as we're looking for food and foraging, the animals can be doing the same thing. So we want to be careful also the time that we go. We don't want to go too early in the morning or late in the evening when the foragers are out foraging. I have my long pants on and my boots because it is also snake season. I don't want to run into anything while I'm foraging. So I'm just being very cautious of that as well. I'm coming up on a whole bunch of huckleberry bushes. Now I'm going to pick as much as I can to fill my container, and I'm going to leave the rest for the birds and the other animals. I want to be very mindful that we're part of an ecosystem, that we're here to share the earth's bounty and not to be selfish. So I'm going to take you over here to the huckleberries right now. So we've actually had a drought here. So as you can see, this huckleberry plant looks like it's on its way out. It's really not doing that great, but in the past we have gotten plenty of huckleberries. It looks very similar to blueberries. The leaf pattern is similar, but the berries are a lot smaller. But in my preference, they're amazing. I actually prefer huckleberries to blueberries. This is the plant. We actually have another one here. They just grow wild here in Alabama. On almost every trail that we've been on, we have found huckleberry bushes just lining the paths. And so we've just picked and picked and picked, and we love huckleberries so much. They're more of a tart, bolder flavor, I think, and super delicious. A year ago, our family went hiking at Dolly Sods in West Virginia, and when I tell you there are thousands of huckleberry bushes, it was crazy. And we picked and picked and picked, and it was absolutely amazing and delicious. We went back home and then we made some huckleberry jam, and I water bath canned it, and then we had it for the entire year, and it was absolutely amazing. And I love huckleberries, and I love that they grow wild almost everywhere, especially here in Alabama. We have huckleberries like all of this right here that you see. All these small plants, that's all huckleberry. Now this year, because we didn't have so much rain, because of the drought and this crazy hot weather that we've had, the huckleberry bushes didn't do that well, at least in our area. But in the past, we have had lots of them. Definitely, when you get a chance, and if you come across a huckleberry bush, taste them, you won't be disappointed. Okay, so when I think about summer foraging in Alabama, I immediately think about mushrooms. Mushrooms are some of my absolute favorite things to forage for. Out here in the beautiful Alabama mountains and in the valleys, you will find some of the most beautiful mushrooms. And our all-time favorite that we have identified over and over again with 100% accuracy are orange chanterelles. They have like this very rich golden yellow orange like color with this funnel like shaped as well. There's like this faint apricot aroma that's absolutely breathtaking and intoxicating, honestly. You'll also notice like the false gills on the mushroom. And even though something might be edible, doesn't mean that it agrees with you specifically. So always do a taste test first. After being 1,000% sure that it is edible, do a taste test first, because what might agree with me might not agree with you, and so on and so forth. So always just be careful. But honestly, I just encourage people to get out there and explore and to learn, because there are so many amazing things that are growing right under your feet. And almost all the mushrooms that we find and harvest is that we saute them usually with some vegan butter. And chanterelles specifically have like this rich peppery taste, and it's absolutely amazing. We've eaten it in tacos. We eat it on top of like almost everything. It's absolutely delicious. So next is chicken of the woods. Now, I love chicken of the woods. You can't miss it. It's like this really big, bright orange mushroom that usually grows really huge, and it grows on decaying hardwoods. So when you find a hardwood forest or an area, look at the decaying ones, look around the stumps and things like that. Check out the dying trees, because most likely mushrooms, especially chicken of the woods, will be growing somewhere around there. And it earns its name chicken of the woods because honestly, those young chicken of the woods taste literally like chicken. We have cooked it up on our farm many times, and man, I'm telling you, depending on the seasoning that you put on it, it can taste straight up like lemon pepper chicken. It is so delicious. How's it feeling?
Texture feels pretty good.
Want to taste it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try it. Also found oyster mushrooms, and lots of oyster mushrooms grow here. Without the rain, we haven't seen that many this year, but we have found logs full of oyster mushrooms before. We found shiitake mushrooms growing. We also have found lion's mane growing, and lion's mane is super delicate and absolutely delicious. And we found that just growing on a tree here on our backyard, and it's been amazing. So our family does a lot of hiking, and now that we live here in the beautiful Alabama mountains, there are trails and trails upon trails. And Alabama is actually one of the top states in the country ranked for its biodiversity. So there is so much to learn. As a self-proclaimed botanist and herbalist, I absolutely love discovering all the biodiversity in this state. So I definitely always take guidebooks and things like that when I'm foraging or going on a casual hike with a family. We're always learning so much. Okay, so I definitely want to talk about my top favorite thing to forage for in the summertime is elderberry. Now, after COVID, everybody was talking about elderberry this, elderberry that. Well, I have not gone into the store and bought elderberry anything for years. And I'll tell you why. Because elderberry grows prolifically everywhere here in the Alabama mountains. You will find it on roadsides, you'll find it in parks, you'll find it in breezeways and waterways and causeways and all the ways you will find elderberry. And I'm super excited because we have multiple elderberry plants right here in our backyard. I have harvested the elderflowers in the spring for teas, and elderflower cordial is absolutely delicious. But now that the elderflowers have fallen, now the elderberries are starting to emerge. There's these deep purple clusters, and it's worth reiterating to check out those guidebooks that I have in the description box. You can be 1000% sure what you're harvesting is, what is edible, medicinal, and how to harvest it properly, and so on and so forth. And I make elderberry syrup for my family, and I have like cans and cans of those, so when anybody gets a sniffle, I hit them with the elderberry syrup. You can actually have it medicinally, or you can make it in such a way that it's like goes on your waffles or anything like that. I also dry the elderberries for teas, especially during the cold flu season. Always good to have elderberry something around. And the best thing is that it's free. It's just growing everywhere. I literally can take a drive and just spot elderberries on both sides of the road. And keep an eye out for your elderberries. Harvest some as soon as you know that they're 100% the right thing, and make your own syrups, teas, and etc. So every time I have taught a foraging class, I'm always just stunned at how people act like this is some kind of new, amazing trend. But honestly, foraging has its roots in ancient practices, and people have been foraging for generations. But especially as a Black woman, as an African American in this country, foraging has some very deep ancestral meaning for me. Historically, there were times when Black people were systematically denied basic health care, medicine, and resources just based on the color of our skin. So out of necessity and deep intelligence, our ancestors became brilliant botanists and herbalists. They looked at the very earth beneath their feet, and they learned which leaves, what fruits, what root, what barks could heal fevers and soothe pain and nourish their families to keep each other alive. So when I step onto these Alabama trails, I'm not just gathering food. I am truly honoring the innovation, the intellectualism, and the resilience of my ancestors. They took what was meant to hold them back and used the land to help them move forward. Every herb that I carry holds that legacy. So y'all, thanks so much for joining me outside on the property. Thanks so much for taking a walk with me. There is so much more to explore out here. I'm not sure how many other foraging classes I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna concentrate on a lot of other projects that I have going on our homestead and in my personal life. But I just wanted to give you a quick little video on the amazing things so that you don't miss the abundance happening in the summertime out in the southeast, whether you're in Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. Thanks so much for joining me on the homestead. Go ahead and hype this video so that others can find out the wonders that are growing right around you. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you love this video and what are some of your favorite things to forage for in the summertime, or maybe some of your favorite recipes. Also, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to talking to you guys in our next video. All right, guys, bye.